Hey Foundry, my name is Kyle Harless, and this is my testimony about how God taught me to be bold and courageous in my faith. Before this awakening of sorts, I found it extremely hard to openly share my faith with non believers. I would always make excuses I knew wouldn't stand before God. During that phase, there was someone in my life that I really wanted to bring to Jesus. Over the course of about 2.5 years, I kept waiting for that perfect moment, and to nobody's surprise, that moment never came. Fast forward a little bit, and here I am sitting in church, listening to one of Ray's amazing sermons. I remember so clearly God was telling me that I needed to do this now or never. After service, I walked up to Ray and I asked him to pray for me in what I was about to do. We prayed right there, and that moment with Ray made me realize what Foundry is all about. Leaders who are ready to support you whenever you need it most. Right after church, finally building up the courage, I sent my friend a message asking if we could talk. But I never actually mentioned my faith, and before I could even bring it up, they turned down the conversation and we stopped talking for a while. I was very shocked by this and I didn't know what to do. I tried to forget about it, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop. After about a month of no contact, I decided to reach out again. This time I was direct. I let them know that I still cared about them, what Jesus meant to me, and why I wanted them to know him too. They didn't really welcome what I said, but I can lay peacefully knowing I did my part. I planted the seed, and I'm trusting God to do the work. From this experience, God has given me a change of perspective. Now, I don't really fear how people respond, and I usually share my faith with one or two strangers a week at school. Sometimes they hear me out, sometimes they ignore me, but I'm getting a lot better at it, and I have God to thank for getting me started. Not only did God help me overcome my fear of sharing my faith, but He also taught me some very important lessons. 1. Don't be afraid to share your faith, even if it costs you something. 2. Though you can't control how people respond, you can plant a seed, and it's up to God to water it. 3. A little bit of suffering is worth a lifetime of freedom. All this to say, you can't control whether the flower grows or not, but you sure can plant it. And I encourage all y'all to go out whenever you can and plant those seeds in people's lives. Where they turn your back on you and run away or fully devote their life to Jesus, I can assure y'all, speaking from experience, it feels infinitely better to be able to say, I tried. Lastly, I want to thank Foundry, from Ray praying with me that Sunday to the community that's always helped and encouraged me throughout my walk with Jesus. Thank you for all being the kind of church that invests in people like me. Foundry is giving students like me the resources and community they need to effectively know, follow, and share Jesus. Thank you for all making this possible.